rituals, it's incumbent upon you to become muhil, to get out of the status of prohibition, and everything becomes halal for you. This is what Quran says. This is what the Sunnah says of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then again, you become muhrim for Hajj before Eid on 8th of Zulhijjah. And now, what does Umar do? Oh, subhanallah. So, the narrations that Umar prohibited mut'at al-Hajj are numerous, are many. Okay? And the justifications that the Umaris provide for Umar's action are ludicrous, are very funny, and very untenable. This is Gharib al-Hadith, Ta'alif ibn Qutayba Abdullah ibn Muslim, published by the Religious Endowment Ministry of Iraq at year 1974 or 78 or something, during the time of Saddam, volume number 1. Page number 585. Imran ibn Sawada goes to Umar and he says, people are talking about you. They are criticizing you. I want to mention some of those. The first thing that he mentions, ذكروا أنك حرمت العمرة في أشهر الحج. People are saying that you have prohibited that people can perform Umrah in the months of Hajj. فقال عمر أجل. Umar said, indeed, that's what I've done. إنكم إن اعتمرتم في أشهر حجكم رأيتموها مجزئة لكم من حجكم فقرأ حجكم فكانت قائبة قوب عامها. And then what's his justification? Oh, his justification is, if you perform Umrah in the months of Hajj, then you think you've performed Hajj. Then you think this suffices instead of Hajj. And also, when you perform Umrah in the months of Hajj, Makkah becomes very empty during the rest of the year. Makkah becomes very empty, like an eggshell when the chicklet gets out of it, and the eggshell. Makkah becomes empty. There's nobody at Makkah the rest of the year. So Umrah should be performed in the rest of the year. Okay. So that was his justification. That people would think that since we have performed Umrah, this is Hajj and this is it. But this goes against, if he's so smart, if that was the reason, Allah should have disallowed it. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam should have disallowed it. That you cannot, and they should have maintained and upheld the Jahili mindset and the Jahili order that you cannot perform Umrah in the days of Hajj, in the months of Hajj. Okay. And Makkah becoming empty, well, when Allah ordered it that you can do Umrah anytime during the year, and during the months of Hajj also you can perform Umrah, then Umar cannot be more wiser than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he is accusing Allah, something that Allah and the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they have legislated and they have made it shara'i, and there's something wrong in its oppression against the people of Makkah. Right? So he is trying to correct the shortcomings of Allah and the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then look at this hadith. This is Sahih al-Bukhari, published by Darashat Turath al-Arabi, page in 2001. This is hadith number 4518. فَمَنْ تَمَتَّعَ بِالْعُمْرَةِ إِلَى الْحَجِّ. Verse number 196 in Surah Al-Baqarah. We have talked about this verse quite extensively in this session. Imran ibn Hussein says, أُنزِلَتْ آيَةُ الْمُتْعَةِ فِي كِتَابِ اللَّهِ. The verse of mut'ah has been sent down by God, by Allah, in His book. فَفَعَلْنَاهَا مَعَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. And we perform mut'atul hajj, along with the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in the presence of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَلَمْ يُنزَلْ قُرْآنٌ يُحَرِّمُهُ. And then another verse in the Noble Quran was not sent down to abrogate, to cancel, to prohibit mut'at al-hajj. وَلَمْ يَنْهَ عَنْهَا حَتَّى مَاتَ. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not prohibit from performing متعة النساء until his death, until his last day, last moment. He did not never prohibit it. قال رجل برأيه ما شاء. A man, a certain man, he has expressed his opinion according to his own whim. And that man is Omar. So, what is he saying? He's saying that Quran has been sanctioned by God in the noble Quran, and God has never then forbidden it. It's never has been rendered mansukh. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we performed with him in his presence, per his command, and until his last day, he never prohibited it. And then Omar has spoken, a certain man has spoken per his whim, per his wish. All right. Let me show you how this is. They have translated this narration into English, Omari translators. Sunnah.com. Let's still go. Okay, here's the Sunnah.com. Let's see how they have translated this. باب فمن تمتع بالعمرة إلى الحج. Okay. And whosoever performs the Umrah in the months of Hajj before performing the Hajj. Oh my God, that's not how we translate that verse. That's not a good translation of the verse at any rate. Let's go how they narrated, translate the Hadith. The verse of Imran ibn Hussein said, this is not Hussein with Sin, Hussein with Sad. Hussein. Imran ibn Hussein said, the verse of Hajj al-Tamattu was revealed in Allah's book. So we performed it with Allah's messenger, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And nothing was revealed in Quran to make it illegal, nor did the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam prohibited it till he died. But the man who regarded illegal just expressed what his own mind suggested. The man who considered it illegal, he suggested. Who is this man? Who is this man who opposed Quran and opposed the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Oh, let's ask Bukhari himself. This is Tahdhib al-Ki. So there are different versions of Bukhari. And between these different versions of Bukhari, there are slight differences. Okay? Some versions of Bukhari have some words that the others do not. This is Tahdhib al-Kitab al-Jami' al-Sahih lil-Hafiz Mulahhab ibn Abi Sufrah al-Maliki al-Andalusi. Okay? Volume number 4. So basically you could say he's summarized the Bukhari. Bukhari summarized, removed repetitions, whatever he wanted to do. Published by Dar al-Tawheed and al-Riyadh in Dar Ahl al-Sunnah al-Riyadh. Capital of, Riyadh is capital of what? Capital of extremism, capital of takfir, well, and capital of terror. Takfiri and jihadi terror against Shias. Well, like Tehran is capital of terrorism too, but in a different way. This book was published at year 1429. All right. This is page number 237, hadith number 4518. The same hadith that I read to you. Says Bukhari, قال محمد البخاري. So the same hadith that I narrated to you, that Imran ibn Hussein says, that Allah legalized, sanctioned, and allowed mut'atul nisa, mut'atul hajj in Quran. And no other verse came to render it illegal. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam allowed it, and we did it in his presence. And he never prohibited it. And a man who considered it illegal, he said something he wanted. Something according to his own wish and whim. قال محمد البخاري, Bukhari, Muhammad ibn Ismail al-Bukhari, the author of Sahih al-Bukhari, says, وَيُقَالُ إِنَّهُ عُمَرٌ. It is said that this man is Umar. Of course, it's not said